starting this video over. Also, I have a Switch, so if you do as well, add my friend code right here. I'll definitely put it up here somewhere. Oh, as you just heard, my daughter is actually right here next to me in her swing. As I was editing the video, I realized I have a little red spot on my neck. It's not what you guys think it is. My neck randomly gets sometimes red little patches on it because I itch it, or they just sometimes just appear. That's what it is. Just wanted to clear that up. In the background, you're gonna hear the TV playing. It's because she's watching. I put on a movie for her. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my second video. It's been a while since I filmed because for two reasons. One, I was not feeling it, but I'm definitely getting back into it because this is definitely something that I want to do, and this is like my new hobby. So a while ago, I asked you guys to ask me questions so I can do a teen mom Q&A. You guys had questions on my pregnancy, my labor, and my postpartum. So I asked you guys to ask me questions. I wrote them down, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading them. So I'm actually gonna do a little introduction about myself because in my last video it was a labor and delivery vlog, so I didn't really talk to you guys. You guys don't really know me. So my name is Zaire. I'm 19 years old. I got pregnant when I was 19, and my daughter was born 2 months ago. So I am 2 months postpartum also. And that's pretty much all you need to know about me. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. The first question is, what is your daughter's name, and how did you end up choosing that name? So my daughter's name is Zaneri Merlin Jean Lewis. I ended up getting that name from a TV show, and I'll actually put the character's picture here. Well, both the characters, because her first name is one character and her middle name is a different character, and her last name is her dad's last name. I was just watching TV. The show is 7 Deadly Sins, by the way. It's a really good show. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. So highly recommend, 10 out of 10. And that character introduced her name, and as soon as I heard it, my ears perked up. I already knew that was going to be her name. I picked her name before I even knew I was pregnant. My mom's name starts with a Z. Her name's Zaida, and my name starts with a Z, Zaire. So I also wanted to have my daughter to have a Z name to accommodate that. So yeah, that's another reason why it was perfect, because like Zaneri, I think it's beautiful. So, oh, and her name also means reasons for life. If you look it up, I actually didn't know that, but that's what it means. Normal delivery or C-section? I had a normal delivery. I did not have a C-section. How bad was the pain of giving birth, and is it true that after birth is worse? So the pain of giving birth, so like the pushing, it's not really painful exactly. It's just a whole bunch of pressure, and I know you've probably heard this before. I wouldn't really say it was painful, truthfully. Her coming out, yes, that did hurt, because as you heard before, the ring of fire is when like her head's crowning, and I actually felt myself tear, and so that part is what hurt. But at that point I was already like sick and tired of it, and I just wanted her out, so I just ignored it. But the pushing itself, I wouldn't really say hurts per se exactly, if that makes sense, and if it didn't, I am so sorry. These questions are solely just for me. Everybody else is different. Everybody's pregnancy is different. Everybody's labor and delivery is different. Everybody's body is different. So I'm only speaking on my behalf. Is it true that after birth is worse? For me, after birth was worse for me because I really liked my labor. I wasn't like in too much pain, and I was also, the whole quarantine COVID thing was going on, so I couldn't even have my family there. But because I had such a great team of nurses, it really made up for that. So it wasn't really that bad. Plus Kendrick was there. So after birth was worse for me. Not painfully, it was just, it took a mental toll on me, like pumping and not being able to fully enjoy her because I'm so sore down there. I can't walk around as good. I'm out of breath every step that I take, and it's hard to get out of bed. And I couldn't sit because it's so swollen down there and sensitive and it hurts. So that's why it was hard on me. That's the only reason. But physically, it wasn't that painful. It's more of an emotional and mental toll. More. Would you have rather have twins? No, I would not have rather had twins. I was actually very scared of having twins because I'm a very small girl. I'm small and skinny, and if I had twins, I was going to be scared that I wasn't going to be able to hold them, like to carry them, and I would have so many complications during pregnancy and delivery. And twins run in my family, and on my dad's side, my aunt had twins, and only one of the babies lived. So that's another fear that I had. So I'm actually very glad that I didn't have twins, especially for my first time. I'm glad I only had a single baby. Plus, it would be way more hard to take care of twins, especially as a first-time mom. If you do have twins, I salute to you. You guys rock, because I don't think I would be able to do it. So, you guys are amazing. How is postpartum treating you? I'm currently 2 months postpartum. It was only bad for the first 2 weeks. So, after that, I was already walking around normally. I wasn't as tired and out of breath. I was enjoying her way more. So as of right now, everything's so much better. I'm happy. What was your favorite food? So I had a lot of cravings. Like I had a different craving every day, if not every week. And I can name a few of them, not all of them, and this is just off the top of my head. I craved Chuck E. Cheese pizza, which I never got. Strawberries, mangoes, sherbet ice cream. Off the top of my head, that's all I can remember. Oh, Burger King. Burger King burgers I craved. Yeah. After I got my cravings, they would go away and I would crave something different. The only one that really stuck was strawberries. Strawberries are so bomb. I liked them before I got pregnant, but I liked them even more during my pregnancy. So, oh, and also cereal, Fruity Pebbles and milk. That was another craving I had. What was the hardest part of labor? I would say the contraction. Only when I hit 6 centimeters, that was the hardest part. From 1 centimeter to 4 centimeters, they were still painful, but way manageable. When I hit 6 centimeters, bless you, that's when it got unbearable, and that's when I asked for the epidural. So, I would definitely say that contractions was the worst part. Pushing was pretty bad too, because of the way that she was positioned, so I had to do more work. They had me push on my back, they had me push on my sides, both sides, so that's 2 positions there, and they had me push on all 4s. Having to move around as much as I did while giving birth, that is another reason why it was hard for me to push, but I would definitely say that it was contractions. That was hard. Was it painful? Flat out, yes. And that's the only answer you need. Natural birth. No, I did not have a natural birth. I got medication. I was definitely trying to push for the natural birth, but not everything works out the way you want. I got the epidural. I got the Nubane at first, and then I got the epidural. If you don't know what the Nubane is, it's if you watch other videos on YouTube, I'm pretty sure you've heard of it, but it's a medicine, it's a pain relief medicine, but it doesn't get rid of the pain, it just takes the edge off, and it makes you feel like you're drunk, like you had a few cups of wine. That's definitely what it feels like, and it really does take the edge off. Like, you do still feel the contractions, but it helps you manage them so much better. If you're scared of getting the epidural and you're also scared of the pain, definitely try the Nubane first, because it worked really well for me. It doesn't work for some people, but it worked for me. It didn't work the second time I got it though, so, but the first time, definitely, yes. One word to describe the first day of being a mom, I would definitely choose the word surreal. Like, I just spent 9 to 10 months with the baby inside of me. Within an hour, she was here. And plus, I was also in like a lot of pain, so I couldn't even I went through a lot, so it's like, you can't even comprehend what just happened. So, I know some people say that too, so you probably heard that before too. But it's true. That is true. what's the whole down there situation? And everything down there is pretty much back to normal. I'm sorry if this is kind of TMI, but you know, you clicked on the video, you're gonna get TMI. My perineum is still sensitive if you put pressure on it. Like, I can't wipe yet, I still pat in that area. But other than that, everything else is fine. Hi, mommy. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? You don't cry. You don't cry. Okay. She just wanted attention. But, okay, next question. Baby is so cute and was it scary giving birth? Thank you. And, it was scary leading up to it because I knew it was gonna happen eventually. And I was overthinking it. And I think the worst, like, what if I die, or what if I pass out and something happens to the baby, or what if the baby's heart rate starts dropping and they have to call for emergency C-section. Like, I was thinking the worst, but in the moment, it's not scary. It's especially saying that I had like such a good team of nurses and doctors, and plus I had the support of my boyfriend. It's not scary because you know you're in good hands, and plus my pregnancy was healthy, so there would really be no reason for them to worry, and for me to worry that something bad was going to happen. Thoughts on epidural. So everybody that knows me knows that I was so scared to get in the epidural. I'm petrified of needles. I can't see it. I can't see it go in anybody. I can't watch videos of needles. I can't. I'm very, very squeamish. Plus, epidural was always a no to me because of all the cons to it and all the side effects. Like, for example, and all these side effects are really rare, but they can happen still, even though they're rare. So, like, if you don't know, and I don't say this to scare you, but I'm just giving you an example as to why I was scared about it, was they go in blind, basically. So they feel around in your spine, and they try to find, like, the space in between each vertebrae, and that's where they put it in. So, basically, they're just guessing, just by the feels, and they usually do a good job with the guessing, because they do get it. But, she's concerned. Where was I? Oh, so, yeah, so they put the needle in a space between the vertebrae, and that's where they insert the catheter for the epidural. But if they hit you in the wrong spot hard enough, you can become paralyzed. That was a big no for me. I do not want to be paralyzed. So, and plus you have to stay still through contractions. She's not crying, I swear. She's just whining. Yeah, and for another example would be if they go in too deep, they can puncture, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a little section, and if they puncture it, your spinal fluid can come out, and that causes really bad migraines, dizziness, lightheadedness, stuff like that. And I really didn't want that either. But luckily for me, I had a very good anesthesiologist, and he did it fast. I stood still through my very painful contractions because I was so scared of becoming paralyzed. So he did great. He talked me through it. And yeah, as you can see, everything went well. But yeah, that's my thoughts on epidural. I was scared of it, but I didn't end up getting it because that pain is so serious. Okay. Smells you hated. Bacon. That's the only smell I really hated, was bacon. Bacon made me so nauseous, and it was just disgusting, especially in my first trimester. How did you feel when you found out you were pregnant? I didn't really feel anything in the moment except for shocked, and that's pretty much everybody's reaction. Not everybody, because some people do plan it, but if you're not planning it, of course you're gonna be shocked. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't really feel anything. I always wanted to be pregnant, and I am happy that I did end up pregnant, but in the moment I was going through something, and I wasn't exactly excited and thrilled about it. So she came to join us. Say hi. Say hi, mommy. Right. Contractions, pain scale of 1 to get this baby out of me. When they checked me when I went in, I was 1 centimeter. And they said if I progressed just a little bit, they'll admit me, but I had to progress. Otherwise, I would have to be sent home. And they checked me an hour to an hour and a half later, 11:30. And I progressed to a 4.5. So I would say when I was a 1 centimeter, so the whole time I was laboring at home to when I got to triage, I would say it was about a 3. And a 3 is painful enough for me to make myself go to the hospital. When I hit a 4, I would say it went up to a 4 for a pain scale, 4, 4.5. And then after I got the new vein, it definitely went down to a 0 to 1 pain scale. Then when they started me on the Pitocin, I went from a 4 to a 6, and that's when, what's the matter? That's when the pain went up to a 10. It broke my scale. It broke my scale. What are body changes? Okay, so body changes. Okay, so the first thing that I noticed for me, sorry if this is TMI again, but my nipples got really, really big and darker than usual. The next thing that happened was the linea nigra, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is that dark line that goes down your stomach. I got that. Stretch marks. How is motherhood? Me personally, motherhood is very easy. I have an easy baby. She's calm and happy, and I know most people have like colicky babies and babies that need your attention 24/7 or wants to be attached to you all the time, and that's not her. But motherhood is good. It's easy. I'm happy. I love my little family. Anything that happened during pregnancy, birth, labor, postpartum, etc. that no one warned you about. While I was pregnant, I did a lot of research on pregnancy, birth, labor, postpartum, what to expect. So I really expected everything to happen, so I wasn't really surprised by anything. I guess one thing is I already knew about this, but I didn't know it to the actual extent. You're always on edge when it comes to your baby. You think something is always wrong with your baby. I thought that she wasn't breathing correctly for so long, and I got so scared. She was also crying so much when she pooped. Like, she would scream when she was pooping, and I thought something was wrong with her. I was always calling the on-call doctor at night just with questions about everything. It's anxiety filled, and I know you hear that, but it's to a very big extent, and that's just for me. I don't know if everybody else is like that. If you are, please reassure me and comment below and say that that is how you are too. But yeah, that's the only thing that I wasn't prepared for. So, do you breastfeed? If so, do your nipples leak milk by themselves? I was breastfeeding for the first 2 weeks, and because I wasn't pumping as frequently as I was supposed to, which you're supposed to pump every 2 hours, and I was doing it once in the morning when I woke up and once before bed. And because of that, my milk supply dried itself up very, very quickly. So that's why I don't do it anymore. And yes, they do leak a lot. You're like a leaky faucet. How long were you in labor for, and did you get stitches? I was in labor for 23 hours. So March 13th, I went in at 10 p.m. at night, and then March 14th at 9:09 at night was when she was born. I did tear, and I did get stitches. They thought it was a 4th degree tear, and thank God that it wasn't, because that recovery would have been way worse. But they thought it was a 4th degree, and then as they were like cleaning it up, they said, oh no, it's just a 3rd degree. And then as they were stitching it up, they're like, oh no, just a 2nd degree. So thank God that it's just a 2nd degree. I'm not sure how many stitches I got because they stitched me from the inside and on the outside. I also didn't ask, which I should have. And overall, pregnancy and labor is a beautiful thing, and I would definitely want to go back. I regret not recording as much as I did. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. I am going to try to record way more often. Tell me what you guys would want to see, like vlogs or sit down videos or story times or whatever it is. I will do whatever you guys want me to do. especially during quarantine. I really want to be able to do something. Comment down below, and thanks for watching. Bye.